Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today I brought this nothofagus, I think that's how you pronounce it, not 100% sure. Or I think another name for it is Magellan's Beach. It's coming, I brought it in for a repot. It doesn't probably need a repot, only for the fact that it has this plant growing on the top. And I bought this plant literally in a pot like that size a couple of years ago, and I don't know how it spreads, but it just spreads like crazy all over my trees. And once you get it like this, by midsummer, you won't even see this pot. It just cover the whole thing. So I'm going to get it out of this, try and get all this out, and then repot it, probably just put it back into the same pot. This was another one of them trees, and it cost me €5. It was a big tree, and it didn't look the healthiest. Top of it was dead and looked pretty bad. But I got it really cheap, so for $5 I said I'd take a chance with it. It had small leaves, and like, as you can see inside there, if you can see that, I'll move this one with this hand. You can see where I did the chop on it. Chopped it back, and it's been growing ever since for the last couple of years. Grown okay. It's not the fastest of growers, but maybe now because it's starting to fill out of it, it'll grow a bit quicker now. So I'm going to give it a little bit of a pruning back, but mainly I just want to get it out of this stuff and into some fresh soil for this year. So we'll get started on that. It's wired in, so if I can find the top of the wire, I'll unwind it from the top so we can reuse the wire. If not, we'll just cut it and use some new stuff. So you can see it, so we'll just cut it. We'll use some new wire. The soil I take out of this, I will probably sieve and try and save it for, it's stuff I use for in my forests and things like that, when you just need a bit of any old soil. So we'll reuse that pot, I would say. Get the drainage screen out. It's quite a loose soil that was in it, so. I remember when I bought this tree, the man in the garden said it was in quite a big pot, and the man in the garden centre was giving me a handout. I bought a couple of them, and he helped me carry the pots out to the car, and he thought I was crazy when he saw my car and saw all these big trees, 10-12 foot long high trees, wondering how I was going to get them into the car. And then I took my saw out of the boot and I started cutting them down, and he said he couldn't watch. He had to go back in because he just couldn't believe I was chopping them right down. But I told him I would take some pictures in the future of it and bring them back and show him. So he wanted to see them, and now that garden centre is actually closed now, so you never did actually get to see this in the state it's in now. But when I cut it, there was no branches on it, it was just a stump. I grew all the branches since then. this stuff. It's unbelievable. It's covered half my decking. It just grows absolutely everywhere. Once it gets into your pots, it must be the bird. Or is it the birds that carry it from one pot to the next? Because even pots that are up on pedestals, nowhere near other pots that have it, end up getting it. This still has some of its original soil in it, so we'll try and get as much of that out today as we can. Try and do another bit of work on the roots. I'd say when I got it, I just chopped it back. You can see where my cut points were. I just chopped it because it was probably in a bit of a mess. And then I just put it in this soil. It's quite a loose soil, just to get it back healthy, because it was in pretty bad state. Alright, it didn't look like, well, the top of it was completely dead, and the rest of it was a little bit of life, but I seem to have managed to bring it back. Okay, so I'll just go and give the roots a bit of a wash, and we'll come back then and we'll have a look. That out of the way. Okay, so giving it a bit of a wash. We have a couple of dead roots up here, so we'll get rid of them. Another one here. Another one coming inside here, get rid of that. Root here, I'm not too sure what's going on with it. Take it back to there, there is some live roots on it there, so we'll leave them. This big root here, again coming up from here, is dead, or at least doesn't have any growing tips on it, so I'll take that out. Another one there and there. There's a dead one here. One here's going a bit funny across that way, so we'll take that section off. There is a big root under here. Trying to figure out if it's coming from this side of the tree or this side of the tree. I actually think it's joined to both. And there seems to be quite a few roots coming from it, so I don't know if I should take that out on this pot anyway. Roots are not the greatest on it. See, there's not a lot of root on it, so maybe I won't go too crazy. Just get this would be the front of the tree. So basically want to take out any of these. Seems a lot of these roots that I chopped back have all just died off and they've sent out new roots. This one here is kind of curling around a bit, so I'm just going to take that off there. It has roots coming out this way, so this soil in there, we'll just clean that out so that you can see there's actually a couple of big roots coming over this way. You can see through the back there. But I don't want to chop them off because it'll take away, this is the front of the trunk of it, so it does look like it's got a bit of a better root spread with them there. I'd say eventually they'll just fuse together, and they're all fused down here. Just up here they need to fuse together and it'll just create. Okay, so don't know if I'm going to do much more because the roots are just work out any dead bits. Going through, making sure all dead pieces are out. Okay, I think that'll do for now. It's not got a great amount of root on it. There's one back here, alright, we can get rid of. A couple of, again, dead pieces. So just that one up there. Take that one out there. Okay, so we'll get back in its pot. Just give the pot a bit of a wipe. Pot actually matches the trunk quite well because it's got a kind of a reddy brown bark on it. The pot has kind of got a reddy brown look about it, so we'll go with that. So we need another couple of bits of wire to tie it in. I think I might just cross them this way. It just gives a little bit more support when there's not a lot of root to tie down. Go this one. Okay, that we get some new drainage cloth in there. base layer. And now I'll just place the tree. So I need to decide, do I want it slightly off centre? Probably move it slightly to this side. So there, baby. Sure all my roots are going outwards. Now, what I'll do is I'll thread this root through that hole so it's not wrapping over the top of the outer part of the trunk. Make sure that roots aren't getting tangled up. There. Pull and twist. Just give it one turn to hold a second, and then this one bring around the back here. Shorten it off. I always cut the wire too long. Just give that a little just pull and twist, and then it won't break the wire. I turn it to the back there, you'll be able to see. Okay, let's just check now. Need to just tighten this one up a bit, straighten it up. Okay, she's rock solid in there. Okay, make sure all the roots are in. Top it up. I think these are some of my favourite trees. When you get trees like this, that you've basically brought back from the dead, and you've trained it into a nice little bonsai from a big long, basically a big long dead stick. Still got a long way to go, but the more it fills out, the better it's gonna keep getting. Okay, that's that done. Now all that's left is just to go over the tree. I'll just bring that up so you can see a bit better now. Go over the top of the tree and just see where it might need a bit of pruning back. It's got leaves, branches growing back in on itself, or like this, growing straight up. Big long one here, so we'll reduce that back. It's definitely one of these trees, the more you prune it, the better it'll become, because the more ramification you'll get out of it. take off. I'll probably go over it in a few weeks and give it a better trimming. For now I'm just trying to stop any strong branches going too heavy and big. I'm not really looking at the styling of the tree right now. I'm just kind of keeping it in the profile more so than anything else. I must actually have a look online to see. I presume there is bonsais made out of this tree. I've never actually looked. It's definitely a good tree for it. The leaves are small and the branches don't grow opposite each other, which is good. They stagger, so it's an ideal candidate really for making a bonsai out of. Piece of wire still on the branch here. Take that off. I just wired it last year or the year before, I can't remember, just to kind of get the basic structure with the branches going in the right direction and things. Just cut the small wires left on. Again, if you had the time, you could spend time and wire it all and really get it looking good, which maybe one day I will do, but right now I'm just worried about getting the tree nice and healthy, getting it growing. Okay, so I think that'll do for now. We'll take it outside and we'll give it a watering, put it back on the bench. That'll do for this video. Again, same as always, if you like the video, please subscribe, share it, and give me a thumbs up, and we'll see you on the next one.